ॐ श्री परमात्मने नमः। श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता अथ षष्ठोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच अनाश्रितः कर्मफलं कार्यं कर्म करोति यः स सन्न्यासी च योगी च न निरग्निर्न चाक्रियः।
Krishna emphasizes that true renunciation and yoga aren't about avoiding duties or rituals. A true renunciant is someone who works selflessly without being attached to the outcomes. It's not about giving up actions, but giving up the desire for results. Both a yogi and a sannyasi are defined by their ability to perform actions with detachment, not by avoiding responsibilities or seeking isolation. This verse highlights the balance between action and renunciation.
यं सन्न्यासमिति प्राहुर्योगन्तं विद्धि पाण्डव न यः सन्न्यस्तसङ्कल्पो योगी भवति कञ्चन.
Krishna explains that renunciation and yoga are the same. To truly practice yoga, a person must let go of selfish desires. It's not just about stopping actions, but about giving up attachments to personal gains. Without this, no one can be a true yogi. This verse teaches that yoga is about controlling our desires, not just avoiding work.
आरुरुक्षोर्मुनेर्योगं कर्म कारणमुच्यते योगारूढस्य तस्यैव शमः कारणमुच्यते.
Krishna explains that when someone starts practicing yoga, they need to work and do their duties. Action is important in the beginning, but once a person reaches a higher stage in yoga, they find peace through calmness and self-control. At that level, less action and more inner peace help them grow. This verse teaches that action helps us start the path, but peace and calmness help us stay there once we are advanced.
यदा हिनेन्द्रियार्थेषु न कर्मस्वनुषज्यते सर्वसङ्कल्पसन्न्यासी योगारूढस्तदोच्यते.
Krishna says that a person reaches a high level of yoga when they are no longer attracted to things that please the senses or obsessed with doing actions for personal gain. They give up all selfish desires. This is when they have truly mastered yoga. This verse teaches that true yoga is about letting go of attachments to both actions and desires, focusing on inner peace.
उद्धेरादात्मनात्मानं नात्मानमवसादयेत् आत्मैव यात्मनो बन्धुर् आत्मैव रिपुरात्मनः.
Krishna teaches that we should improve ourselves by controlling our mind. We shouldn't let our mind pull us down with negative thoughts. The mind can be our best friend if we control it, but if we let it control us, it becomes our enemy. This verse shows the importance of self-discipline and how the mind plays a key role in our progress or downfall.
बन्धुरात्मात्मनस्तस्य येनात्मैवात्मना जितः अनात्मनस्तु शत्रुत्वे वर्तेतात्मैव शत्रुवत्.
Krishna explains that if we can control our mind, it becomes our best friend, helping us make good decisions. But if we can't control it, the mind becomes our enemy, leading us to bad choices and problems. This verse teaches that mastering our mind is key to success and happiness. If we don't, it can lead us down the wrong.
जितात्मनः प्रशान्तस्य परमात्मा समाहितः शीतोष्णसुखदुःखेषु तथा मानापमानयोः.
Krishna says that a person who controls their mind and stays calm will feel connected to God. They are not bothered by changes in temperature, happiness or sadness, or even praise or insults. This verse teaches us to stay balanced in all situations, keeping peace within ourselves no matter what happens outside.
ज्ञानविज्ञानतृप्तात्मा कूटस्थो विजितेन्द्रियः युक्त इत्युच्यते योगी समलोष्टाश्मकाञ्चनः.
Krishna describes a true yogi as someone who is content with both knowledge and wisdom. They stay calm and have control over their senses. For such a person, things like clay, stones, and gold are all equal. They don't get attached to material things. This verse teaches us that a real yogi values inner wisdom more than wealth or possessions, staying steady and balanced in all situations.
सुहृन्मित्रार्युदासीना मध्यस्थद्वेषबन्धुषु साधुष्वपि च पापेषु समबुद्धिर्विशिष्यते.
Krishna says that a person who treats everyone equally, whether they are friends, enemies, good people, or even bad people, is special. This person doesn't show favoritism or dislike towards anyone, no matter who they are. This verse teaches us to keep an equal and fair attitude towards all, staying balanced and peaceful in our relationships.
योगी युञ्जीत सततम् आत्मानं रहसि स्थितः एकाकी यतचित्तात्मा निराशीरपरिग्रहः.
Krishna advises that a true yogi should practice meditation regularly, staying alone in a quiet place. The yogi must control their mind and body, having no selfish desires or attachment to material things. This verse teaches that meditation in a peaceful place with a simple life free from greed and distractions helps us focus on inner growth and self-control.
शुचौ देशे प्रतिष्ठाप्य स्थिरमासनमात्मनः नात्युच्छ्रितन्नातिनीचै चैलाजिनकुशोत्तरम्.
Krishna instructs that for meditation, a yogi should find a clean and quiet place to sit. The seat should be steady, not too high or low, and should be covered with soft materials like cloth, deer skin, and kusha grass. This verse teaches the importance of choosing the right place and preparation for meditation to help the mind stay calm and focused.
तत्रैकाग्रं मनः कृत्वा यतचित्तेन्द्रियक्रियः उपविश्यासने युञ्ज्याद् योगमात्मविशुद्धये.
Krishna says that after sitting on a steady seat, the yogi should focus their mind and control their senses. They should meditate to cleanse and purify their inner self. This verse teaches us the importance of concentration and self-control during meditation, which helps in spiritual growth and inner purification.
समं कायशिरो ग्रीवन् धारयन्नचलं स्थिरः सम्प्रेक्ष्य नासिकाग्रं स्वं दिशश्चानवलोकयन्.
Krishna explains that while meditating, the yogi should keep their body, head and neck straight and steady. They should focus their eyes on the tip of their nose and avoid looking around. This verse teaches us how to maintain a good posture and concentration during meditation, helping to keep the mind focused and calm.
प्रशान्तात्मा विगतभिर्ब्रह्मचारिव्रते स्थितः मनः संयम्य मच्चित्तो युक्त आसीत मत्परः.
Krishna teaches that a yogi should have a calm and peaceful mind without fear and maintain self-discipline, especially regarding celibacy. They should focus their thoughts on Krishna. This verse highlights the importance of inner peace and self-control in meditation, encouraging the yogi to connect deeply with their spiritual practice.
युञ्जन्नेवं सदात्मानै योगी नियतमानसः शान्तिर्निर्वाणपरमां मत्संस्थामधिगच्छति.
Krishna explains that a yogi who practices meditation regularly and controls their mind will achieve the highest peace and freedom. They will feel connected to Krishna. This verse teaches us that consistent practice and mental discipline lead to ultimate peace and a deep connection with the divine.
नात्यश्नतस्तु योगोऽस्ति न चैकान्तमनश्नतः न चातिस्वप्नशीलस्य जाग्रतो नैव चार्जुन.
Krishna explains that a balanced lifestyle is important for yoga. If someone eats or sleeps too much or too little, they cannot practice yoga effectively. This verse teaches us that moderation in eating and sleeping is essential for maintaining focus and achieving success in meditation and spiritual practice.
युक्ताहारविहारस्य युक्तचेष्टस्य कर्मसु युक्तस्वप्नावबोधस्य योगो भवति दुःखः.
Krishna teaches that a yogi should live a balanced life. Eating, resting, working, and having fun should all be done in moderation. This balance helps reduce suffering and supports the practice of yoga. This verse emphasizes that living a healthy and balanced lifestyle is crucial for finding peace and joy through yoga.
यदा विनियतं चित्तम् आत्मन्येवावतिष्ठते निःस्पृहः सर्वकामेभ्यो युक्त इत्युच्यते तदा.
Krishna explains that when a person has mastered their mind and focuses on their true self without wanting anything, they become a true yogi. This verse teaches us that inner peace comes from controlling our thoughts and letting go of desires, allowing us to connect deeply with ourselves.
यथा दीपो निवातस्थो नेङ्गते सोपमा स्मृता योगिनो यतचित्तस्य युञ्जतो योगमात्मनः.
Krishna compares a focused yogi to a lamp that stays still in a calm place, not flickering. When the mind is controlled, it remains steady and focused during meditation. This verse teaches us that a calm and focused mind helps us concentrate better in our spiritual practice, just like a steady lamp shines brightly.
यत्रो परमते चित्तन् निरुद्धं योगसेवया यत्र चैवात्मनात्मानं पश्यन्नात्मनि तुष्यति.
Krishna explains that when the mind is quiet and controlled through yoga, a yogi can see their true self inside. This brings great happiness and satisfaction. This verse teaches us that finding peace and joy comes from within, especially when we control our thoughts through meditation.
सुखमात्यन्तिकं यत्तद् बुद्धिग्राह्यमतीन्द्रियं वेत्ति यत्र न चैवायं स्थितश्चलति तत्त्वतः.
Krishna describes a special happiness that comes from within and is beyond what our senses can feel. A yogi who understands and experiences this joy remains stable and undisturbed by outside events. This verse teaches us that true happiness comes from our inner self, not from material things, helping us stay calm in any situation.
यल्लब्ध्वा चापरं लाभं मन्यते नाधिकं ततः यस्मिन् स्थितो न दुःखेन गुरुणापि विचाल्यते.
Krishna explains that when a person achieves this inner joy, they don't want anything more. Even in tough times, they remain steady and unshaken. This verse teaches us that true fulfillment comes from within, allowing us to face challenges without being upset or affected by pain.
तं विद्या दुःखसंयोग वियोगं योगसंज्ञितं स निश्चयेन योक्तव्यो योगो निर्विण्णचेतसा.
Krishna explains that yoga is about freeing oneself from the suffering that comes from attachments. To achieve this, one should practice with strong determination and a steady mind. This verse teaches us that the goal of yoga is to overcome pain and suffering through focused practice and commitment.
सङ्कल्पप्रभवान् कामान् त्यक्त्वा सर्वान् शेषतः मनसैवेन्द्रियग्रामौ विनियम्य समन्ततः.
Krishna teaches that to practice yoga, a person must let go of all desires that come from thoughts. They should also control their senses and mind completely. This verse emphasizes the importance of self-discipline and the need to overcome desires to achieve success in yoga.
शनैः शनैरुपरमेद् बुद्ध्या धृतिगृहीतया आत्मसंस्थं मनः कृत्वा न किञ्चिदपि चिन्तयेत्.
Krishna advises that to quiet the mind, we should take our time and be determined. By focusing on our true self, we should avoid any other thoughts. This verse teaches us that patience and focus are key in meditation, helping us connect deeply with ourselves without distractions.
यतो यतो निश्चरति मनश्चञ्चलमस्थिरं ततस्तत्तो नियम्यैतत् आत्मन्येव वशन्नयेत्.
Krishna explains that if the mind starts to wander, we should gently bring it back to focus on our true self. This verse teaches us that it's normal for the mind to drift, but with practice, we can learn to redirect our thoughts and stay concentrated during meditation.
प्रशान्तमनसं ह्यैनं योगिनं सुखमुत्तमम् उपैति शान्तरजसं ब्रह्मभूतमकल्मषम्.
Krishna teaches that a yogi with calm and peaceful mind experiences the highest form of happiness. This joy is pure and free from any negativity. This verse highlights the importance of a tranquil mind in achieving true happiness through yoga and meditation. This verse emphasizes that a peaceful and disciplined mind leads to a profound state of joy and liberation. It encourages practitioners to cultivate inner calmness through meditation and self-control, ultimately guiding them toward divine realization.
युञ्जन्नेवं सदात्मानै योगी विगतकल्मषः सुखेन ब्रह्म संस्पर्शम् अत्यन्तं सुखमश्नुते.
This verse teaches that through diligent practice and maintaining a pure mind, a yogi can attain the highest form of happiness, experiencing the divine essence. It encourages practitioners to focus on inner purity and dedication in their spiritual journey.
सर्वभूतस्थमात्मानं सर्वभूतानि चात्मनि ईक्षते योगयुक्तात्मा सर्वत्र समदर्शनः.
This verse teaches that a true yogi sees the same divine self in everyone and everything, fostering compassion and equanimity. It underscores the importance of recognizing our interconnectedness to achieve spiritual fulfillment and peace.
यो मां पश्यति सर्वत्र सर्वैः च मयि पश्यति तस्याहं न प्रणश्यामि स च मे न प्रणश्यति.
This verse underscores the importance of perceiving the divine presence everywhere, promoting a deep bond with the divine and fostering spiritual growth.
सर्वभूतस्थितं यो मां भजत्येकत्वमास्थितः सर्वथा वर्तमानोऽपि स योगी मयि वर्तते.
This verse teaches that recognizing the divine in all beings and cultivating a sense of oneness leads to true devotion and connection with the divine. It emphasizes that such a perspective allows the yogi to navigate life with equanimity and inner peace.
आत्मौपम्येन सर्वत्र समं पश्यति योऽर्जुन सुखं वा यदि वा दुःखं स योगी परमो मतः.
This verse teaches that true yoga involves seeing oneself in others and cultivating compassion regardless of external circumstances. By doing so, one attains a higher state of consciousness and inner peace, embodying the essence of unity and love in the spiritual path.
अर्जुन उवाच योऽयं योगस्त्वया प्रोक्तः साम्येन मधुसूदन एतस्याहं न पश्यामि चञ्चलत्वात् स्थितिं स्थिराम्.
Arjuna tells Krishna that the yoga path of balance and control sounds difficult to him. He worries about staying steady because the mind is restless and keeps moving. This verse shows Arjuna's concern about how challenging it can be to keep the mind focused and balanced. He is honest with Krishna about his doubts and the struggle of controlling the mind, highlighting a common challenge many people face in their spiritual practice.
चञ्चलं हि मनः कृष्ण प्रमाथि बलवदृढं तस्याहं निग्रहं मन्ये वायोरिव सुदुष्करम्.
Arjuna tells Krishna that the mind is very restless and powerful, like the wind. He feels it is extremely difficult to control the mind, comparing it to trying to catch the wind. This verse highlights the challenge of managing our thoughts and emotions. It teaches us that achieving mental discipline requires effort and persistence, as the mind can easily wander and be influenced by external factors.
श्रीभगवानुवाच असंशयं महाबाहो मनो दुर्निग्रहञ्चलम् अभ्यासेन तु कौन्तेय वैराग्येण च गृह्यते.
Krishna replies to Arjuna, acknowledging that the mind is indeed very restless and hard to control. He reassures Arjuna that with practice and detachment it can be mastered. This verse teaches that controlling the mind requires consistent effort and a sense of detachment from desires. It encourages us to focus on regular practice and develop a calm mindset to achieve inner peace and discipline.
असंयतात्मना योगो दुष्प्राप इति मे मतिः वश्यात्मना तु यतता शक्यो वाप्तुमुपायतः.
Krishna explains that for one who is not in control of their mind, achieving yoga is very difficult. However, for someone who has mastered their mind through effort, it is possible to attain success. This verse emphasizes the importance of self-discipline and mental control in spiritual practice. It encourages us to work on mastering our thoughts and emotions to make progress on the path of yoga.
Arjuna uvacha ayati shraddhayopeto योगाच्चलितमानसः अप्राप्य योगसंसिद्धिं काङ्गति कृष्ण गच्छति.
Arjuna asks Krishna what happens to someone who has faith but fails in their yoga practice and whose mind wanders. He wonders where such a person goes if they do not attain success. This verse highlights Arjuna's concern about the fate of those who strive for spiritual growth but struggle to achieve their goals. It sets the stage for Krishna to explain the nature of spiritual progress and the journey of the soul.
Kachinno bhayavibhrashtash छिन्नाभ्रमिव नश्यति अप्रतिष्ठो महाबाहो विमूढो ब्रह्मणः पथि.
Arjuna asks Krishna if a person who falls from yoga like a blown away seed loses their path completely and becomes lost without support. He is concerned that such a person who is confused and lacking stability may not find their way. This verse reflects Arjuna's worries about the spiritual journey and the potential consequences of failure. It emphasizes the importance of guidance and support in maintaining one's spiritual practice and the quest for understanding.
एतन्मे संशयं कृष्ण चेत्तुमर्हस्य चेष्यतः त्वदन्यः संशयस्यास्य चेत्तान्न ह्युपपद्यते.
Arjuna expresses his doubt to Krishna, saying that only Krishna can completely remove his uncertainty regarding the fate of someone who falls in their spiritual practice. He feels that no one else can answer this question adequately. This verse emphasizes the depth of Arjuna's confusion and the trust he places in Krishna as his teacher. It highlights the need for guidance from a knowledgeable source in navigating spiritual doubts and challenges.
Shri Bhagavanuvacha पार्थनैवेह नामुत्र विनाशस्त्वस्य विद्यते न हि कल्याणकृत् कश्चित् दुर्गतिं तात गच्छति.
Krishna reassures Arjuna that no one who strives for good will ever face destruction either in this life or the next. He emphasizes that such a person will not fall into a bad situation. This verse highlights the assurance of spiritual progress, affirming that sincere efforts on the path of righteousness and yoga are never wasted. It encourages faith in the journey, assuring practitioners that their efforts lead to positive outcomes even if immediate success isn't achieved.
प्राप्य पुण्यकृतान् लोकान् उषित्वा शाश्वती समाः शुचीनां श्रीमताङ्गेः योगभ्रष्टोऽभिजायते.
Krishna explains that a person who falls in yoga is born in a pure and fortunate family after enjoying the results of their good deeds. This indicates that even if they don't succeed in their current life, they have the opportunity to continue their spiritual journey in a supportive environment. This verse reassures practitioners that spiritual efforts will yield positive results, and a supportive upbringing can provide a second chance to pursue yoga and spiritual growth. It emphasizes the continuity of the soul's journey and the importance of a conducive environment for spiritual practice.
अथवा योगिनामेव कुले भवति धीमताम् एतद्धि दुर्लभतरल् लोके जन्म यदीदृशम्.
Krishna continues that a failed yogi may also be reborn in the family of wise and capable yogis. He emphasizes that such a birth is rare and precious in this world. This verse highlights the significance of a supportive spiritual environment and the value of being born into a family with strong spiritual foundation. It reassures seekers that their efforts, even if not successful in one lifetime, can lead to advantageous circumstances in future lives, providing a better opportunity to continue their spiritual journey.
तत्र तं बुद्धिसंयोगं लभते पौर्वदेहिकं यतते च ततो भूयस् संसिद्धौ कुरु नन्दन.
Krishna explains that the soul, upon rebirth in a conducive environment, regains the intelligence and wisdom acquired in previous lives. Such a person strives again and has a greater chance of achieving perfection. This verse emphasizes the continuity of spiritual progress, showing that past experiences and knowledge help in future efforts. It encourages practitioners to persist in their journey, knowing that their past efforts will aid them in attaining spiritual success in subsequent lives.
पूर्वाभ्यासेन तेनैव ह्रियते यवशोऽपि सः जिज्ञासुरपि योगस्य शब्दब्रह्माति वर्तते.
Krishna explains that due to previous practice, even a person who is not fully in control is drawn back to yoga. This means that anyone who has had even a little inclination towards yoga will surpass mere verbal knowledge and experience the essence of practice. This verse highlights the power of past spiritual efforts. It assures seekers that their previous experiences will continue to guide and inspire them on their path, emphasizing the significance of consistent practice and curiosity in the journey of yoga.
प्रयत्नाद्यतमानस्तु योगी संशुद्धकिल्बिषः अनेकजन्मसंसिद्धस्ततो याति पराङ्गतिम्.
Krishna states that a diligent yogi who is free from sins and has perfected their practice over many lifetimes ultimately attains the highest state. This verse emphasizes that through dedicated efforts in purification, one can achieve spiritual perfection. It reassures seekers that persistent practice, even across many lifetimes, leads to ultimate spiritual fulfillment and liberation.
तपस्विभ्योऽधिको योगी ज्ञानिभ्योऽपि मतोऽधिकः कर्मिभ्याश्चाधिको योगी तस्माद् योगी भवार्जुन.
Krishna explains that the yogi is greater than ascetics, wise individuals, and even those who perform good deeds. Therefore, he emphasizes that Arjuna should strive to be a yogi. This verse highlights the elevated status of the yogi, who integrates knowledge, action, and discipline into their spiritual practice. It encourages seekers to prioritize yoga, as it encompasses and transcends other spiritual paths, leading to greater fulfillment and connection with the divine.
योगिनामपि सर्वेषां मद्गतेनान्तरात्मना श्रद्धावान् भजते यो मां समे युक्ततमो मतः.
Krishna concludes by stating that among all yogis, the one who is devoted and worships him with faith is considered the highest or most united with him. This verse emphasizes the importance of devotion and faith in one's spiritual practice. It highlights that true connection with the divine comes from sincere devotion, making such a yogi the most elevated among all seekers. It encourages practitioners to cultivate faith and dedication on their spiritual journey.
ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे आत्मसंयोगो नाम षष्ठोऽध्यायः. ॐ श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु.